Mohammed Salah has always been known as a fierce competitor, a player who hates losing and demands the highest standards from himself and those around him. But behind the goals, records, and headlines, moments like these reveal the true character of a leader, and Salah's recent actions inside the Liverpool dressing room have done exactly that. Earlier this month, tensions around Liverpool were running high. Results were poor, confidence was low, and pressure was building on new manager Arne Slot. Heavy defeats at Anfield against Nottingham Forest and PSV Eindhoven only added fuel to the fire. In response, Slot made bold decisions, shaking up his starting lineup and, most shockingly, leaving Mohammed Salah, last season's Golden Boot winner, on the bench. For 3 straight Premier League games against West Ham, Sunderland, and Leeds United, Salah started on the sidelines. He was used only once as a substitute. The frustration boiled over after a dramatic late draw at Elland Road on December 6, when Salah was not called upon at all. In the mixed zone after the match, emotions took control. Salah gave a blunt and explosive interview that sent shockwaves through the club and fan base. He admitted that his relationship with Slot had broken down, claiming they no longer spoke. He went even further, suggesting that he felt thrown under the bus and hinting that someone at the club might want him gone. He even opened the door to a possible January exit, words that dominated headlines and raised serious questions about his future at Anfield. The fallout was immediate. Salah was left out of the squad entirely for Liverpool's Champions League clash against Inter Milan, a decision that spoke volumes. At a time when Liverpool needed unity, the situation threatened to split the dressing room and destabilize the season. But what happened next showed a different side of Salah, the side that doesn't always make the news. After internal discussions and peace talks later that week, Salah was brought back into the fold for the Brighton match. On the pitch, he responded in the best way possible. Calm, focused, and professional, he provided an assist for Hugo Ekitike's second goal in a vital 2-0 win. It was a reminder that, whatever the noise off the pitch, Salah's quality and commitment had not disappeared. Soon after, he departed to join the Egypt national team for the Africa Cup of Nations, where he could be away until mid-January. Before leaving, however, Salah made a crucial gesture, one that Liverpool midfielder Curtis Jones has now revealed. Speaking to Sky Sports, Jones confirmed that Salah personally apologized to his teammates for the impact of his comments. Not to the media, not through a statement. Face to face. Mo is his own man and he can say his own stuff, Jones explained. He apologized to us and said, "If I've affected anybody or made you feel any sort of way, I apologize." That's the man that he is. Those words matter. In a modern football world filled with ego, silence, and carefully managed PR, taking responsibility inside the dressing room is rare. According to Jones, there was no tension, no cold shoulders, no lasting damage. Salah returned to training with the same energy, the same smile, and the same positive presence. Teammates treated him no differently because they understood where his frustration came from. It wasn't selfishness. It wasn't disrespect. It was hunger. Jones made that clear too. He explained that anger from players often comes from a desire to win and help the team. From his point of view, the real problem would be a player who is happy to sit quietly on the bench without caring. When there's been any sort of anger from us, including myself, it's always been from a good place, Jones said. It might not come out the right way in the moment, but it's never to hurt the team, the staff, or the manager. That perspective changes the entire story. Yes, Salah's interview was poorly timed. Yes, it added pressure during a difficult run. But his response afterward, apologizing, refocusing, and performing when given the chance, shows leadership, accountability, and loyalty to the group. As Liverpool continue their season without him during AFCON, the message from inside the club is clear: there is no bad blood. Salah remains respected, valued, and understood. His outburst did not divide the squad. It revealed how much winning still means to him. In the end, this episode wasn't about rebellion or exits. It was about passion, frustration, and a leader who owned his mistakes. When Salah returns from international duty, he won't come back as a problem player. He'll return as the same driven competitor Liverpool have relied on for years. And sometimes, true colors aren't shown in moments of calm, but in how someone reacts after the storm. Liverpool fans were left holding their breath on Saturday night after Alexander Isak limped off during a dramatic Premier League clash against Tottenham Hotspur in London. What should have been a moment of pure celebration after another crucial goal quickly turned into anxiety, concern, and endless speculation about the striker's fitness. Now, as fresh details begin to emerge, there is cautious optimism that the situation may not be as bad as first feared. The match itself had everything: goals, red cards, late drama, and a tense finish. Liverpool came away with a vital 2-1 win, extending their strong run of form under Arne Slot. But despite all the action at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the biggest talking point was Isak's injury, an incident that instantly sent shockwaves through the Liverpool fanbase. Isak found the net in the second half with a well-taken finish, marking his third goal for the club since his move to Merseyside. However, the joy was short-lived. As he struck the ball, Tottenham defender Mickey van de Ven clattered into him. Isak immediately went down and was seen clutching his left knee, clearly in discomfort. Moments later, he was substituted, and the worst fears began to surface. For many supporters watching, the first thought was the same: an ACL injury. A rupture to the anterior cruciate ligament would almost certainly mean the end of Isak's season, a devastating blow for Liverpool at a crucial stage of the campaign. Social media quickly filled with worry, fear, and speculation, with fans bracing themselves for bad news. Arne Slot's post-match comments did little to calm nerves. When asked about Isak's condition, the Liverpool manager admitted he had no concrete information. He explained that when a player scores, gets injured, and cannot continue or attempt to return to the pitch, it is usually not a good thing. However, Slot was careful to stress that this was only a gut feeling and not based on any medical diagnosis. He confirmed that he had not yet spoken directly to Isak and urged fans not to jump to conclusions too quickly. Just as concern began to peak, a more hopeful update emerged. According to reports from The Athletic, Isak may not have injured his knee at all. Instead, the issue is believed to be a suspected lower leg injury. If confirmed, this would be a significant relief for Liverpool, as it suggests the knee, and potentially the ACL, could be completely fine. That said, nothing is certain yet. Medical assessments are still ongoing, and the next 48 hours will be critical in determining the severity of the injury. Liverpool fans now wait anxiously for official confirmation, hoping that what initially looked like a nightmare scenario turns into nothing more than a short-term setback. Despite the concerns surrounding Isak, Liverpool still had plenty of positives to take from the match. Hugo Ekitike also got on the scoresheet, continuing to show his value to the squad. Tottenham pulled one back late through Richarlison, setting up a nervy ending, but Liverpool held firm to secure all 3 points. The game was also marked by discipline issues for Spurs, with both Xavi Simons and Christian Romero sent off, swinging momentum firmly in Liverpool's favor. Yet even with goals, red cards, and drama, everything faded into the background once Isak went down injured. Another major talking point from the night was the growing influence of Florian Wirtz. After a relatively quiet start to his Liverpool career, the German playmaker is now beginning to show why the club invested so heavily in him. His assist for Isak's goal was another example of his quality, bringing his total assists to 6 for Liverpool, with 3 coming in his last 5 appearances. Wirtz's impact has not gone unnoticed, and he himself spoke about Isak's injury after the match while talking to LFC TV. He described the situation as unlucky and admitted that everyone will have to wait and see how serious it is. His words echoed the mood around the club, concern mixed with hope. Liverpool also had injury scares elsewhere on the pitch. Connor Bradley was forced off with an issue of his own, while Jeremy Frimpong was substituted late in the game. Fortunately, Frimpong's withdrawal was tactical rather than medical, as he was already on a yellow card following a bloody facial injury earlier in the match. Wirtz later suggested that both Bradley and Frimpong were not too badly affected, offering further reassurance. As Liverpool celebrate 3 consecutive wins in all competitions, the focus now firmly shifts to the medical room. Isak's condition will dominate discussions among fans, pundits, and teammates alike. His importance to the team is clear, not just for his goals, but for the confidence and balance he brings to the attack. For now, there is no definitive answer, only cautious optimism. If the reports are correct and the injury is indeed to the lower leg rather than the knee, Liverpool may have escaped a worst-case scenario. Until official confirmation arrives, supporters will continue to wait, hope, and refresh their feeds. One thing is certain: the moment Isak went down changed the tone of the night. What started as another impressive Liverpool victory quickly became a reminder of how fragile a season can be. All eyes are now on the next update, with everyone at Anfield hoping for the same outcome: that Alexander Isak's knee is fine, the damage is minimal, and he will be back leading the line sooner rather than later.